to be.
I used to wear Levi jeans. Now I'm wearing dungarees.
Now I'm wearing dungarees. They said Levi jeans, dude. Brett Favre. Where's Brett Favre when you need him? Yo, what is going on, guys? It's your boy JTsuits here. We're back with a brand new video reacting to the golden era of Navy Bootcamp, the 1990s, 1992 specifically. This was just a whole nother world, man. Before the infamous day in September 2001, before that happened, after Desert Shield and Desert Storm in the 1990s, 1991, between that and the year 2000, there was just a golden era. The economy was on the upswing. Everyone was jolly. Some great music came out. I was born in 91. I got to experience, from a kid up till 9 years old. I got to experience the 90s. This is my childhood, and it was a great time. And we're going to be reacting to boot camp from that time, 1992 specifically. And it's going to be a great video. This was when the Navy, you can still tack on your crows, the blood crows. You can still, they were probably still drinking in their uniform right after they got off work. Crack open a six-pack in the smoke pit and drink with the chiefs and officers. Bro, this was a different Navy. This was a different time. Let's get into this video. Make sure you guys subscribe and like and leave a comment because we're on the road to 100,000 subscribers from my boy. Bob, he's a sweet one. I love the 90s. Love the 90s music, oh yeah. Love the 90s music, oh yeah. Soundgarden.
U.S. Navy recruits. Young men
Black Hole Sun. Let's go, baby, let's go.
Different reasons and with different goals.
Oh yeah.
This team will face the same test. A test of character.
The 90s, dude.
And determination. It is a test of their ability to meet the challenge offered by the U.S. Navy.
Yeah. Dude, this is in San Diego. Oh, this is... Alright, Navy Bootcamp is not in San Diego anymore. Jelly, it's all at Great Lakes. This would be beautiful. I would love to do boot camp in San Diego, man. This was the golden era, I'm telling you. The golden era.
When recruits graduate from boot camp, they're filled with the pride of accomplishment and the feeling of a job well done.
Look at that. They still... Dress whites are the same.
From the young men who arrived at Recruit Training Command San Diego just 9 weeks earlier.
The dress whites. The dress whites still look the same, man, to this day. That's awesome, dude. I believe they're wearing the dungarees, though. The janitorial-looking uniforms is what they're going to be using. In the 90s, they wear the dungarees. Y'all look like a bunch of gas station attendants. Looks like we're starting from the beginning.
Right now, I'm real nervous. I'm nervous because I don't know what to expect. I've been told a lot of different things about.
He's nervous, dude.
I don't know. I'm just going in head first.
They're nervous. Imagine not having the information you have now. Not being able to watch videos. YouTube videos to prepare. These kids are going in dark. Going in blind. Look at those 90s mullets.
Last words out of your mouth. Yes, sir, no, sir, aye, aye, sir. Everybody understand that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, where you're going is receiving and outfitting.
So we don't... That's interesting. We don't say sir anymore. We say petty officer.
Everybody understand that?
Yes, sir.
See, we'd say, yes, petty officer. No, petty officer. We don't call the RDCs sirs anymore. They're petty officer or chief. Man, beautiful San Diego, dude. That is awesome to have boot camp there. Yeah, the 90s, I like it, oh, yeah, oh. I love it, yeah, oh, yeah, oh. Could we get some fucking chairs? Could we get some chairs, please? Even in the 90s, they didn't have chairs. To this day, we still... We still have to sit crisscross applesauce. Dude, come on. You're killing our backs. Yep, this is the same, dude. This is... Yep, the Smurfs. Same thing, we got this Navy sweats. This is funny, man. The Smurfs. It was pretty awkward though, when you first go into receiving, they're like, take off all your clothes, put on these sweats.
Get on your right! Right now, get up! On toe! Get on your right!
Wake up on the tow line, boys! On the tow line. Dude, so much culture shock.
Grab those sweats, you're gonna put it on! Put them on, do it!
Look at those mullets, dude.
Get on your right!
I was real puzzled that morning, and then everybody had that look of, oh gosh, what to do, you know. We all fell out.
Dude, you're nervous.
We lined up for chow, and we really didn't know where we was going. We was marching in the dark.
Yeah.
Went to the galley, and the galley crew really...
That's a good point. You get there at night. You get there at midnight.
At all time,
So you don't know what the base looks
get
like.
your cup and get a drink at the same time, and they're yelling at you, two hands and tray at one time. There's no way.
You don't...
Mama, can't you see?
Mama, can't you see
What the Navy's done to me?
what the Navy's done to me?
It made me eat a galley fire. It made me eat a galley fire. I'll eat some more if I survive. I'll eat some more if I survive. Whoa, 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 whoa. Put me in a barber's chair. Put me in a
Oh man, the haircuts. That's crazy. You wouldn't... When I think of... What is 30 years ago? In my mind, 30 years ago is the 70s, right? 30 years ago is the 1990s. Right, pretty much. 1990 is almost 30 years
You know,
ago.
I was bald, and that was the first time I've been bald in like years. I was like, God, what am I gonna do? It took me so long to like grow this, and I was crying the blues for the first 2 weeks. But you know, I guess it's just another obstacle you have to.
Sailorization. They got to make everyone the same. You're all building blocks. Can't you see what the Navy's done to me?
What the Navy's done to me. I used to wear Levi jeans.
Levi.
Now I'm wearing dungarees.
Now I'm wearing dungarees. They said Levi jeans, dude. Brett Favre. Where's Brett Favre when you need him? Left, right. Sea bags, good old sea. Oh, they got their valuable sock.
Once the recruits
See the
have
sock
received
hanging
their
out of their
first
pants?
uniform issue,
That's where all their
signs of
valuables are
individuality
during
are
P
gone.
days. Or the first week or
Then go
two.
to their barracks and meet the men who will guide them through each step of their training.
Still no chairs, dude. That is bad for our backs. How hard is it to get some fucking chairs? This is still pretty similar to how boot camp is today, man. From 1990 to now.
First step is the PT in-dock.
1990 to
Here, the recruits are
2020.
introduced to the physical aspects of their training.
I know there's gonna be people in the comments that say, dude, I went to boot camp in the 90s. I'm not old. Yeah, you're old as... Dude, you're an old ass man now.
Might be, or how far away you might be from actually, in fact, being physically fit. Any place you go, you have standards and stuff like this. So we have the minimum standards that a person should be able to do this amount of push-ups, 35, I think,
It looks
25 sit-ups in 2 minutes.
Yeah, minimum
We have
PT
actually, in fact,
standards,
people who can't
pretty
do
much the
10
same.
push-ups correctly, who cannot do those 25 or 35
Get
sit-ups
it.
correctly, and
Get
not
up there,
able to
bro.
run a mile and a half in 30
Look at that, they're running outside. That's bullshit.
What people may
They're
be
running
lacking, what
outside
they
on a
may be lacking
beautiful-
in, what may be some of their strong points.
They're running outside on a beautiful track in sunny San Diego, and now everyone has to go to Great Lakes.
And I let them know what the requirements are so far as physical readiness, because a lot of these
Man, I'm jelly.
haven't done physical fitness in months or years, so we really work hard to get them up to the standards, the Navy standards, where they need to be in order to graduate from boot camp.
Dude, that chief is a beast. Our PT gear is a little different now. We don't wear white shirts. We wear yellow PT shirts with blue shorts still. Left in the morning with the rising sun. Doing some group runs.
Use whatever it takes to help you remember these things. Because in shock, pulse.
The first week of training is one of adjustment for the new recruits. When they're not attending classes, they are preparing themselves for the upcoming division compet. During the compet period, companies go through a series of tough inspections designed to build two things: teamwork and attention to detail.
Attention to detail. Attention to detail. It's always attention to detail.
Going toward the center board, seam of the pillowcase going toward the footing of the rack. Everybody understand that? Yes.
Yes, Chief.
Checkpoints.
The division
We don't say sir.
Lasts a week, and it's within the division, and it's competition between the companies within the division.
I wonder what uniform the chief is wearing.
3 personnel.
Oh, he's wearing. They're wearing summer whites right there.
And it consists of.
So right there, that looks like the Filipino mafia.
And the company
Filipino
that
chief
scores the least amount of hits.
Oh yeah, that's a Filipino right there.
Barracks,
Hey, big guy.
Barracks, and the RE,
I had a lot of Filipino friends.
Receives a division star.
They don't have the summer whites anymore.
There's no gimme. Just because a company
I know those are dress
doing
whites
quite well for the 2-1
and summer
and 2-2
whites.
inspection, they could fall flat on their face for the 2-4, which is the RE.
Division officer is Master Chief Petty Officer Ajon, sir.
A chain of command. Why do we call it a chain? I don't know. I can only consider that a chain is only as strong as the weakest link.
Just as important to the recruits.
He said, "Why do we call it the chain of command?" Because a chain is only as strong as the weakest link. Damn. He probably said that 30 times. Work it out in the compartment. You guys will work out inside your compartment a lot. Especially if it's scorching hot in Chicago, super hot and humid, or if it's snowing. You'll do all your PT indoors. You'll make, your sweat will be dripping all over that floor, dude.
Is during study time is have full participation. Even if the kid halfway knows the answer, he's still gonna give full.
Can you get these guys some chairs?
Everybody doesn't respond as a team, and then we do.
I'm gonna start a petition. Chairs for boot camp.
Full purpose. For one,
make it a drill, make it a teamwork exercise. Bring out the foldy chairs. It would take 5 goddamn minutes, dude, to set them up.
Full purpose, and if you notice, the recruits, they really get motivated whenever we do that. So it works out pretty good.
Last Tamika.
Okay, mail call. Dude, my RDCs, when mail call would come, they would freaking sling those letters, bro.
When mail call rolls around, and the
Like,
letters from home
people would get paper cuts, like
morale.
have to do matrix.
You want to kind of check to make sure.
Dodge that
everybody
shit.
gets some mail. If you look at the expressions on their faces after mail call and when they did get a letter, you always try to give them that little extra confidence.
Oh man, yes.
Don't worry about it.
Sometimes it was bad. Mail call.
Right to,
Mail call.
Next time you gotta put stamps on it now, so they get okay?
Like I always got a lot of letters. My family was pretty awesome, but
you get kind of depressed every day when more mail comes in, all the other guys keep getting all the mail, and you don't get any.
I was just gonna say.
You feel a little left out.
Yeah.
It feels good when you do get mail.
If you're not getting letters, like you can see people would really get depressed, like hurt. Like they'd be really sad if they didn't get mail.
Family before lights out.
I feel bad.
At the
I
end
feel
of
bad
another
for
day
them.
at
Like, damn, I'm
RTC.
sorry, man. You know, it's unfortunate. Some people don't have that family
You cannot
support.
go no more than one deck above the inline deductor. If we're fighting a fire on this deck, it can go up one more deck, and that's it.
During the MED compet period, recruits learn about all aspects of life in the fleet.
Firefighting?
Each day offers a new challenge, and on their
I just saw
14th day,
EEBD
they
on the
face
board.
most
Emergency escape breathing device. I think. Oh, that's cool, man. Very nice. They're doing some shipboard firefighting.
Taught in a way that is exciting and fun to learn.
Look at that.
Firefighting, as with anything, it's very dangerous, sure, but it's done in such a way that they
Relieve the nozzleman.
What is it they're supposed to know?
Relieve the nozzleman eye.
For fire prevention, and also too what to do in the
You
event
gotta say that
should
shit.
a fire take place upon the flight deck or wherever it is that they're working or stationed at a particular time.
So now in Great
They're
Lakes,
learning all
the
the
fire
information
training,
and now it's
firefighting
time to
you
put
do is pretty
to
advanced.
work. And
It's pretty
recruits,
cool, man.
they
It's
learn
all
a lot-
indoors.
A lot better, especially with the firefighting,
when they have hands-on.
It's all indoors, and they have actual ship compartments.
One of the things that he's gonna always remember.
Really realistic.
Firefighting was awesome for me.
With actual fire. It's like fake fire.
Hands-on. I mean, even
well, it's not fake. It's like, activated, but it's like a fireplace fire.
You get to see a lot of things. Even when you go to college, you learn a lot of things. Here, we actually went in, we put on the wetsuits, we had to do the hose, we turned out an actual fire. We went into this fire room filled with fire, and they got all hands on. And
oh, there you go. They have a room filled with fire. Yeah, it's kind of like that.
I like
in boot camp now.
Like the danger part of it. The excitement. I mean, there's kind of a bit of excitement when you're standing there holding the hose.
I don't like fire.
Something in front of you.
I got really claustrophobic, dude, in that shit.
And try and put it
I
out.
did not like that at all, dude. No. I did not like that, man.
Listen up, gentlemen. Look to your right. That is the way out.
Ooh, gas chamber.
Firefighting school, they go to Chow, and then from Chow we go and take them to the gas chamber.
Gas chamber.
Tell them that the gas that we're going to use, all it's going to do is just make their eyes water. Well, they're kind of nervous, they're kind of scared about this, and so I took it upon myself just to show them that it was no big deal, that I was going to take my mask off with them too, and show them it was no big deal. They were going to be able to just
dude,
cough
it's a lot more than just your eyes water. You can't breathe sometimes. Some people can't breathe. You start coughing.
It has a big impact because the recruits, they don't know what to expect. And that's the big thing. The company commander, he's been through it before, and he knows what to expect. Well, the recruits, you get them bragging, like, yeah, this
take off your mask.
And then once they get inside, and you see them look at them, and how much they're actually
some of them are dying,
coming in contact with, and
that dude's dying.
It makes them respect.
I hate, dude. That shit was rough for me.
Makes them respect that gas mask a whole lot more than they would if I would just sit down in the classroom and tell them about it.
Get that fresh air.
It really takes on true meaning.
It's not that bad, but like when you're done, your whole nasal, everything is cleared out. You're dripping, dude. You're dripping snot, dripping saliva, like. It's not pleasant.
Mama, can't you see? Mama, can't you see?
By the end of every day, each recruit has a greater sense of achievement.
That's a beautiful.
He realizes as he conquers each challenge.
That beautiful San Diego sunset, dude. I'm salty. Damn, that's awesome, man. This is service week. I want to preface this. We don't do this anymore.
Recruit training takes a departure from the normal routine.
We don't do service week.
Each recruit is required
in Navy
Bootcamp
Bootcamp
capacity on the base.
Not anymore.
During the 5th week of training, all the recruits go through service week, which is a 1 week of training that is set aside.
Nope.
Where all the recruits go to various areas on the base to work. It's an opportunity to disperse recruits out all over the base to keep the base.
So now I'm assuming they have civilians. They have civilians that do all that stuff. They don't have us do it anymore.
They also enjoy singing a song for a company video.
Goodbye, Camp our boot camp is done. Well, summer's starting on B1. We're just beginning to have our fun. Goodbye, Camp Nimitz, goodbye. See ya. Kill position, huh?
Cool, man. Cool. Alright, guys, that's pretty much it, man. Thank you so much for all the support. I hope you enjoyed this 1992 Navy Bootcamp reaction video. And I just want to say a lot of it is very, very similar that they transitioned to the Great Lakes facility. I'm sure you know what's different from the 90s and now is a big thing is battle stations. They actually have a whole battle stations ship that was built by like Universal Studios. And I did battle stations on it. It's like a whole, like, I can't spoil it because I signed to page 13, but they simulate pretty much any type of emergency scenario and thing that you have to do on the ship. And it's like real life, man. Like they do it pretty well. It's pretty fun. But a lot of the stuff looked super similar. Besides the uniform changes, of course, no more dungarees. The PT uniform is a little different. The Chiefs don't have the summer dress whites anymore. No more service week. We don't do service week. But a lot of it looked the same. A lot of it looked pretty similar. And it was awesome to see. You know, like the 90s, 30 years ago, like I said. When I think of 30 years ago, I'm thinking of the 60s, the 70s. But man, 2020 is coming up in 2 years. 2020, 1990. And it's just awesome to see that, you know, with the advances in technology and stuff like that, that a lot of stuff isn't really that different. Now, I'm sure from 1960 to 1990 would be a lot different. 1990 to now, a lot of it's pretty much the same. And it's awesome to see, you know, Navy traditions. We're a very traditional branch. And although things are very politically correct nowadays, very PC, I hope that the Navy can get back to some of its core traditions. And I think they are kind of doing that with a lot more relaxed tattoo policies. And hopefully they continue with that because, you know, you don't want to have a really strict PC Navy because it's impossible. You're living out on an ocean. You're a sailor. That's just not how life is. See you guys very soon. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. Leave a comment around the road to 100,000 subscribers. I appreciate all the support. Love you, my boy Papa, because he's a sweet pop. Pop! That's my man with a very big plan, and I'll say it's my boy Pop.